Greetings, everyone. One more Enlightened Moments by Plenitude. What a moment of joy. So, if you are new to this program, we do a study about the Gospel according to Spiritism. And before that, we read a message for the book called Our Daily Bread. This book was dictated by the Spirit Emmanuel to the hands of Shikuk Savior. And then after the study of the Gospel, which we do a brief study of one of the chapters. We do what we call a vibration. It's that's what we call in Spiritism, is a deeper prayer in what we try to connect to the most deeper level that we can with our Divine Father. So without further ado, I want to ask you guys, if you really like this program, and if you're just getting together, there might be something interesting, please leave us a like. And because that's important for us. And if you have any questions or suggestions and comments, just go ahead and write it down for us. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions to the best of our knowledge. There is another thing. If you want to really go deeper in the lessons or in the study we're doing today, you can, we have a link on the description of this program. So the download is free, and you can learn more about what we're going to study tonight. Without further ado, I hope you guys like it, and share with everybody that you know. So to start our study, we're going to read the message of Our Daily Bread on chapter 22. Name is Fickleness. Because he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by a wind. That's a verse on the Gospel of James on chapter 1. This is the verse 6. And Emmanuel explained this verse for us. Undeniably, undeniably, there is a scientific and philosophical doubt in the world that, enmeshed within loyal hearts, constitute a precious stimulus towards the achievement of elevated convictions. Apostle James here refers to the fickleness in man, who, by seeking to receive divine benefits in the sphere of personal advantages, customarily pursues various situations on earth in the area of intellectual investigation, without a firm goal of relying in the substantial values of life. He who tries to trespass several doors simultaneously will be unable to cross any. Frivolities jeopardize the people on every path, mainly in work positions, in illnesses of the body, and in affectionate relations. In order for anyone to be able to judge correctly regarding a particular experience, it is necessary to enumerate the years that he has spent living with its characteristics. One needs to experience, one needs to spend some time understanding. We must, above all, confide sincerely in the wisdom and in the mercy of the Almighty, understanding that it is indispensable to persevere with understanding that it is indispensable to persevere with someone or some cause, which will assist and edificate us. Those unstable people remain figuratively represented by like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by wind. When you are of service, or when you are waiting for the blessings from on high, do not allow yourself to be affected by an obsessive anxiety. The Father disposed of innumerable instruments to administer goodness, and He is always the same paternal Father through all of them. The blessing will reach you, but it depends on you. In the manner that you proceed in the constructive struggle, persisting or not, confidently, without which divine power will encounter natural obstacles to manifest itself in your path. So, divine justice, or our Father, she, we really don't know, because we have to relate to us human to kind of have a very light understanding of divinity. But the Father, Mother, God is the one that provides for us always, although as co-creators of the universe, because we are creations of God with the purpose of co-creating the universe. So we must do our part. That's important. Otherwise, we hinder our evolution and also do not contribute the way supposed for everybody else as well. So those are words for us to think about. Okay, continuing with the study, we're going to read 2 items of chapter 22 of A Gospel According to Spiritism. The title is Whom God Has Joined Together, Let No Man Put Apart. And we're going to read about the indissolubility of marriage. So there is on item 1 a passage of the Gospel of Matthew, and item 2 is the comment of the passage. And it goes, the indissolubility, big word, of marriage. Item 1. Then some Pharisees came and tested him by asking, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any reason? Jesus answered, have you not read that from the beginning the Creator made them male and female, and said, for this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let man not separate. Why then, they ask, did Moses order a man to give his wife a certificate of divorce and send her away? Jesus replied, Moses permitted you to divorce your wives because of your hardness of heart, but it was not this way from the beginning. Now I tell you that whosoever divorces his wife except for sexual immorality and marries another woman commits adultery. That passage is in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 19, verses 3 to 9. The comment from the spirits on item 2. The only things which are immutable are those which stem from God. Everything which is the work of man is subject to change. The laws of nature are the same at all times and in all countries. Human laws change according to the times, places, and intellectual progress. In marriage, what is of a divine order is the union of the sexes, so that the substitution of those who die might be put into effect. But the conditions which regulate this union are so human in design that in the whole world there are not, even in Christendom, two countries where these laws are exactly identical, and none where in the course of time do not suffer changes. The result of this is that according to civil law, what is legitimated in one country at a certain time is considered to be adultery in another country and at another time. This is due to the fact that civil law has as its objective the regulation of interests of families, interests which vary according to customs and local necessities. In this manner, for example, in certain countries, a religious marriage is the only legitimate one. In others, it is also necessary to have marriage, and finally, there are yet other places where a civil marriage is sufficient on its own. And there you have it. So, what is united by God? If we think about it, what is united by God is concerning to the law of love. So, a union with love is indissoluble. There is nothing that goes against it, because both parts are united by divine law, which is the law of love. So, some food for thought, and if you have comments, questions, write to us, and we will gladly establish a conversation. It's very fun to know more about who we are and where we come from and where we're going to. And now, after all this, the intellectual part and the philosophical part of our program, we're going to connect with the divine, with ourselves, and with each other. We're going to start the moment of our vibration. So, let's pause for a moment now. Let's put ourselves in a comfortable position, whatever it might be. And for a moment, focus on our hearts. And we focus on how it beats, how it feels. And we start creating, projecting from our heart whichever type of light we have at this very moment. May it be just a little flick, may it be a huge, bright, sunshine type of light. Don't matter, because as we projected, others are too. Everyone projecting its own light. He or she projecting a light from the deep of our hearts. And this light encounters one another And then it surrounds this beautiful planet we live in. This light, which is pure love, reaches everywhere and dissolves shadows little by little and warm other hearts, the ones with just a little flick because their afflictions, the ones little bit hardened because their convictions. And little by little, the crystals, the hardening of the hearts start melting, and the light gets brighter. The little ones, the flicks of light of the afflicted hearts, start getting a little brighter, start getting warmer, and those hearts in affliction get strength, they get warmth, they get hope inside, which gives them how to move forward. Those that at this moment have no country, looking for a new start. Those at this moment that are weakened, physically weakened by the body, by body pains, by sickness, by illnesses, they will feel stronger. May that gives them strength. Those still try to find their way in their lives, in the prisons, in their lost ways. May that stop for a moment and look at this light, this beautiful, bright, warm light, and receive them in their hearts. And they start changing their ways. Little by little, nothing happens overnight. And now we see the planet more bright. We see warmth. And because we give, we also receive. We feel that our body receive that light as well as everybody else, and that light penetrate ourselves, heal, and bring us peace and the certainty that our Father is always there and always knows what is best for us. So with this feeling of comfort, of peace, of joy, we're going to finalize the works of this night. So may everyone have a great week, and we're going to see you all hopefully next week with another moment, Enlightened Moments by Plenitude. So be well, and may God bless us all.